Good morning, lovely people, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're a new viewer. This is a little unusual, me doing a face-to-face video, apart from obviously the vlogs that I've had going up, but we're in a different location today because hubby is working in the upstairs office slash studio slash where I normally film, where my camera is and stuff. So I'm recording this on my Mac and I'm hoping that it all comes out okay. So please bear with us. Okay, so last night I had a full-on planner evaluation session. That's right, PES. I feel like that needs to be a whole thing that you could like schedule and have a sticker for, because why not? And I went through a lot of planners, working out what I liked, what I didn't like, and why. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to talk you through exactly what these are, these big two piles. I should point out these aren't all the planners that I have as options, but they are the ones that I wanted to include in my options. And I have got many pro-con lists, but last night I first of all actually stuck sticky notes on everything. So I'm going to start here because this is my bullet journal. It is just a Scribbles That Matter A5, and it's in a woodland cottage farm cover, which I love because it's so pretty. You will see on the front I have written, the negative is, I like pretty pages. This is not that. Yes, a bullet journal can be beautiful and pretty when you put the effort and the time into it, but I kind of like just being able to flick to a blank page and it be pretty and look good. And yeah, I mean, this is from ages ago that when I was experimenting with this. It's nice enough, but it just, as one of my very good friends would say, it doesn't tickle my pickle. And I have done things like, where's that bit where I tried out? Oh yes, I was trying out the layout of the Erin Petite planner because it was coming out at that point, and I thought, oh, that looks like an interesting layout, let's try it. So I have tried stuff, but my pickle is not tickled. So I have used this mainly for working out projects, notes, things like when the house was in a state, you know, I will just make a massive list of everything. And I love the paper, I love using fountain pen in this. I've made lists of things that I need to plan. I mean, come on, you know, planception is in here. But yes, this is there, therefore, for my, and I've got an interruption coming. Hello, Elizabeth. So, my youngest daughter just popped in, and I'm going to include the footage of that at the end because she sums it up perfectly. That's all I'm going to say. But it's definitely a bit of an outtake. So, that's why the bullet journal got put away. The next thing that I have is another A5. And on the front of this one, I've written, you don't like this because it's hard to use stickers and I don't like peeling them off the paper. And the positive is there's tons of space. And what is it? It is the Hobonichi cousin. So this has got everything. And perhaps that's the problem. So at the front, you've got like your overview of the year. These are my stickers, by the way. Shameless plug. You've got like a forward log type thing, year overview. You've got monthlies, and you've got weeklies, and then you've got, I'll show you a blank one, a page for every day. Now obviously this is last year's, but I was thinking, oh, I could just redate it because I did try this out for a while. And again, it did not tickle my pickle. And the reason is that I could see the previous day on the day that I was looking at, and it just really bothered me. Also, the whole thing of if I wanted to remove a sticker or move washi tape, as beautiful as this paper is and as brilliant for fountain pens as it is, yeah, it was kind of annoying me. So, and the other thing that it didn't have was at the back, it didn't really have enough notes pages. It's only got a few. So yes, so this was rejected. Now the next one on my reject list may surprise you, and I would like to just say that it is, when I'm talking about this, I'm looking for something that I can use every day for my day-to-day planning, project planning, any notes, reference stuff, okay? So it's stuff that, it's got to have quite a lot in there. Because my next reject is actually my Erin condren vertical. Now, I have been using an hourly for absolutely ages as our family planner, but there's absolutely zero point in doing that at the moment because there's nothing that needs to be scheduled in. The couple of things that are there I can just jot down on a monthly view. And so I thought, well, the other thing is I've seen the new hourly that's coming out at the end of the month, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. So, and we'll get into that why at another time. So I thought, well, let's pull out my vertical because, you know, I'm a sticker shop. I have to have all manner of planners to experiment with. And so I did a little bit of a layout, to try things. And I thought, oh, well, I'll have the top box maybe for some general stuff about the day or any appointments or maybe some journaling. I'll have the middle box just sort of decorative, and I could put something else there as well. And I'll put my list on the bottom. And then at the bottom, and then down here I was putting who I've been in touch with and staying connected. Yeah, I don't like this because I don't like seeing my previous day's to-do list. So this is great for an overview and for decorative planning, but it's not good enough because I don't like the lists on one page. I pulled out print impression weeks. Now I have played with the Hobonichi weeks. I don't like that for very similar reasons to the cousin, even though it does solve the problem of the notes pages. This is the print impression weeks. It has monthly views up the front, and then it has this very open sort of layout which you could adapt to anything. And I was thinking, could I do a day per page in this? And then there is a note section at the back as well. So I opened it up and I thought, oh, I'll try a layout, and I put it like this. And you can see what's happened. Pages don't lie flat. I like my pages to lie perfectly flat. So I'd probably be happy once I got to about there, except then I wouldn't because that one's pinging up. Let's see, where would I have to, or I would have to break the spine, or I'd have to, you know, really train it. And that is the problem with using a bound book. I like my things to lay flat and open. And I also just, yeah, it's a shame because I really want to like it, but I don't. So, other things that I rejected: Erin condren horizontals, Erin condren hourly, petite planners, passion planners for similar reasons to I've already described, which does rather lead us to what on earth am I actually going to use them? Well, this may come as a big surprise. Well, one thing might, the other probably won't. Oh yeah, did you grab a brew? Because you really should have done. Thank goodness for coffee. So, the thing that is, what I should have told you as well is where I started from. Silly me. But for quite a while, for about 3 weeks now, I have been planning in my personal traveller's notebook. I have been using the Daisy Weeks insert from Cocoa Daisy, which looks a bit like this. So you get 3 months, you get a monthly, and then that is followed by, and I'll show you the plain ones because I've adapted them already, by this kind of very open layout. Sorry for the sun. Actually, no, I'm not sorry for the sun. The sun is lovely. Which you can do so many different things with, and I don't think my problem is that I haven't found the right layout. I think my problem is what I've said before, that I don't like my lists being on one page. I just don't like it. And I also tipped in some pages from the ring bound insert, so I had some extra writing space. And I really love how it looks. I think it looks beautiful. I mean, look at next week. It's like, oh, I can write things down here, and then I can make some nice lists here, and then I can write stuff every day here and maybe track some things there. It's brilliant, and it's so portable. But I don't like seeing the lists, and it doesn't lie flat. Even out of the TN, it doesn't lie flat. So that is why that's getting rejected. So in terms of what I actually do like, I need something where I get a new page every day. I need something where I can write down projects, notes, lists, have stuff if I need to refer to it. I need something that lies open and flat and the pages don't kind of flick up, because that just, annoying. Really annoying. And I also need something where I can be a bit creative and have pretty pages and use stickers if I want to, but I don't have to. So it will come as no surprise to know that I've gone back to rings. I've used personal rings now for a good 3.5 years, and this particular, just look at the top there, isn't it beautiful? This particular one is a spiced juniper from Foxy Fix, and it's probably my most used planner actually. And I absolutely love this thing. It's so good and it feels so nice in the hand, and it just... So, I will do a little flip through of this in a separate video, but let me just share. Well, that's really helpful. Thanks, webcam. But let me just share. I mean, who would not want to open up their planner to that? It's just pretty. And I can then have, I need to make, oh no, I did make a daily list. Oh, forgetting what I did last night. I can then have my new, come this way Rachel, my new page every day. And when the day's done, turn it and it's gone, it's done. I've got space for everything that I need. And I also popped in the back a little list book, which kind of has it's just a dot grid notebook, and it kind of can serve as my bullet journal has been, in that it will just be a place to really draft out projects, ideas, just jot down anything. So that is what I'm going to use as my planner. My old TN, I'm still going to use the Daisy Weeks. I've got Daisy Dory in here as well, which is like my journal, and I've got one which I've got set up with knitting and crochet projects. And I think what I'm going to do with it for now is I'm going to actually make my Daisy Weeks into my self-care journal and self-care kind of planner, because I'm just conscious that my mood's just wobbling a little bit, understandably, because of our entire situation at the moment in the world. And so I just want to focus in a little bit on that and make sure that I'm doing the things that I know help. I'm still using my A6 Hobonichi for my gratitude, and I did think about using this as my planner, but yeah, there's no weekly, it hasn't got pretty pages, and the only positive I had was there's quite a lot of room on the individual daily pages, as you can see. But yeah, it's sticking around as my gratitude journal, and it does get a bit of decorating and things. It's been so nice having this to look back through actually, and I mean 3 months in and it's getting quite chunky. It's going to be ace when it's all finished. But my big surprise perhaps is this beast. It's so heavy. It's got an Erin condren cover on it. Don't let it fool you, because what it actually is a Plum paper planner. Because what it actually is a Plum paper planner. and it is the vertical priorities layout. So the weekly page up, and this is what it looks like. And this thing, it is a beast. It is huge, but it's got masses of room. It's so thorough for how I can plan through everything. There's tons of notes pages per month. I've got extra planning sections in there for, you know, sort of YouTube and blog planning and reflection and budgeting and everything. And whilst I don't think I would necessarily use, or I will necessarily use the weekly view for like my daily planning, because again, I'm going to have the issue of my lists are all on one page. What it is good for is just drafting out some notes for the weeks ahead, putting some stuff down, and then I can come to it for reference when I'm doing my daily planning from my in my rings. So yeah, so I'm feeling like this is my long and medium term planning and goals planning. This is my day-to-day catch-all, needs everything in. And these become just for journaling and no longer for planning, which I think I will prefer, because it was getting a bit, oh, my journal's in there, I've got my planners in there, and I love the idea of everything in one place, but it just is not feasible or practical. So there you go. My reject pile is quite big. The pile that I'm keeping for planning, 2 planners. Will an Erin condren come back into that pile in future? Yes, it probably will, because I am going to get to the point where I will want that weekly overview again, that can sit in our kitchen for a family planner. But for now, my planner piece, I think, is going to be here. Have you changed your planner recently? Let me know. I want to know what you're using. Tell me, are you excited for any of the new releases? Have you bought any of the new releases that have been out already? Yeah, what is going on in your planner life? Hope you've enjoyed the video with the rambling. And give it a like and subscribe and do all that lovely stuff. And if you'd like to see more. And yeah, stay tuned for Miss Elizabeth's take on what planner piece needs to be. Until next time, lovely people, take care and bye-bye for now.
Hey.
You alright, darling?
Yeah.
I'm just doing some videoing.
Okay.
Okay, are you going to get your breakfast? Do you need a hug?
Mm-hmm.
You need a hug first.
Mm-hmm.
Love you. Mwah.
Love you too.
Good. Mm.
Mm.
What planner would you choose, Elizabeth, if you were choosing a planner?
All of them! Yeah, I just go, I'll take this one, and maybe that one, and maybe that one, and maybe that one, or maybe that one, or maybe that one.
Oh, you are a girl after my own heart. Right, go get your breakfast.
Okay.
Just pull the door to behind you, darling.
Okay. Take all of them.
Oh, dear.